This is Serious Drama, and this is the story of how I met my wife. Yes, Mrs. Drama, Mama Drama, whatever you want to call her. I met her actually at the gym, at a gym called World's Gym in Pasadena, California. Now, it's now called Gold's Gym, I think. I think Arnold Schwarzenegger used to own the franchise and he sold it or something. I'm not sure how that went. But anyway, I met her there. My wife is an absolute positive. She's a knockout. She used to work at the gym, okay? She's an absolute knockout. I mean, if I had to describe how she is and how she was, it's not the type of knockout or good looking girl that you would see like in a Vogue magazine or something like that, you know, in one of those string beans or anything. She was like more like she stepped out of Playboy magazine, okay? That good looking. I mean, as far as like her genetics and stuff, I mean, she's like a marvel. Just a perfect, everything about her, at least in my eyes and unfortunately many other men's eyes, is flawless, really. I used to try to go, I knew her from the gym, so I would every once in a while go into her office and kind of say hi. And I noticed that she would kind of look down at the ground, you know, like she was not really into me. But the more I would kind of show up and kind of like make small talk with her, I noticed that she would kind of look down on the ground. See, she actually seemed kind of shy, right? Shy is a really good thing. She kind of looked nervous and shy. And that is a really good thing if you're a man, you know? Oh, unless she's nervous because she thinks you're going to hit her over the head with something, but I don't think that was the case. But I would never dream about asking her out because in my mind at least, she was way out of my league. And even that, I really don't want a super hot girlfriend or wife at that time. I've had them in high school and stuff, and it just causes so many problems, so many insecurities. And most of the time as well is the most attractive women are the most insecure women. And I didn't want to deal with all that nonsense, right? So I never would ask her out, but I was really intrigued by her. I mean, she's the type that sometimes I'd be working out, and you know, the gym's noisy, right? We'd be working out, and she would be leaving, and she'd walk through the gym. It would go silent. All the guys in the gym would just turn around and look at her walking out. And we're talking about 100 guys or whatever it was, and I'm thinking, you know, out of all these 100 guys, why should she be interested in me, right? It's just me. I mean, come on. So I worked out with a guy, and super aggressive, obnoxious guy. He's my workout partner. He was a friend, but he was really obnoxious as women. I mean, there was not a woman that worked out in that gym that he didn't hit on. And he's kind of like Mike, the situation from Jersey Shore. If I had to give his personality, it was a lot like that. Super confident, super outgoing. I mean, he was the first one to offer to spot a girl in the gym. Spot means help them with their weightlifting, you know, like kind of like make sure that they doesn't fall on them or whatever. And if they were squatting, he would make sure to go really super close right behind them. And just things that are completely inappropriate. I'm completely not that way. Kind of like I have no game. Okay, my game, you know, they say you need to spit a good game with women, which is true, but my game was not to have a game, just to be like ultra sincere, you know, and I got pretty lucky that way. It's always worked for me. So anyway, he told me that, dude, I'm going to set you up with her. And I'm all, dude, please don't do that. You know, I have to come to the gym. She's going to shoot me down. It's going to be super uncomfortable. I got to see her all the time. I don't want her to feel uncomfortable. And I don't want to mix. I used to take working out super seriously. So I didn't want to mix the work aspect of working out with pleasure. I didn't want to date anybody at the gym or anything like that. I was super hardcore. He doesn't listen to me. Of course he isn't. More than anything, it was a kind of to be a dick with me, or a jerk with me, I should say. So he was going to ask her out on my behalf, which makes me look like a complete idiot because I was far too old to have somebody else ask a girl out on my behalf, right? He told me, okay, I'm going to go do it. So I left. I literally left the gym, got in my car, and went home. Evidently, now that she tells me kind of what happened, he walked in there all smooth, like, right? Kind of with a smirk on his face, like he's, top dog, right? So he walks in there, and she got a feeling that, uh-oh, this guy's going to ask me out. I don't know, how am I going to get out of this? So she immediately told my friend, hey, before he even said a word, hey, your friend Randy, he's really cute. Does he have a girlfriend? And then he's like, no, man. So they called me on my cell phone from the office, and she asked me out. She's all like, hey, do you want to get together tonight? And I'm like, well, no, I can't tonight. What about this weekend? So anyway, we got together that weekend, and we've been with each other ever since. So I could remember my friend, this is about a week and a half or so after me and my wife got together. He's like, I can remember almost like it was yesterday. He's a homeboy. You know, it was supposed to be a hit and run, dog. You're going to fall in love with a homegirl. And I remember that's exactly what he said. And later on, after we've been with each other for months, he kind of accepted it and was like, all right, you guys are in love, whatever, good for you. I mean, he was cool about it eventually. But having a hot wife or a hot girlfriend is not all it's cracked up to be. You know, my wife is used to people continuously complimenting her on how she looks, laughing at every joke she says, intently listening to every story she tells, especially men, right? And so it causes me, at least initially, it caused me a lot of stress. Everybody was constantly hitting on her. I remember one kind of weird thing that happened is she actually pulled into our house, you know, like parked in front of the house, and some guy parked right behind her, and as she got out of her car, he was just like staring at her, and I'm used to that. She told me about it, but I was really used to that happening. I come to accept it. Hey, I'm lucky she's with me, you know, who cares who looks at her. So she goes to the back and she looks over the gate to see if the car was still there, and she looked over the gate, and the dude was pleasuring himself in the friggin' car. You know, I ran out there. He kind of pulled up his pants. You know, I can kind of tell he was doing something, and drove away. I got his license plate. We called the cops and everything else. But that's how beautiful my wife really is. Not to brag or anything, but I think I did pretty good for myself. Mama drama for the win. This has been Serious Drama. Be kind, be good, be safe.